Time for Raw, January 8th, 2018. Welcome back to Golden Wrestling Talk. Raw starts off in the most entertaining way possible with Roman Reigns. He makes his way to the ring to talk about last week defeating Samoa Joe. He said he had his Shield brother Dean in his mind the whole time during the match, and when he messed with one of them, he messed with all of them. And that's when Seth Rollins, who is babysitting Kurt Angle's son, lost Jason Jordan, and Jason Jordan came out to talk to Roman Reigns. The crowd immediately realizes, wait a minute, Jason Jordan and Roman Reigns are in the ring together. You both suck. Jordan goes on a rant about how awesome they are as a team. I'm not sure if he's implying that they're in the Shield together, because Jason Jordan realizes, or I don't know if he realizes, that he's not important. I feel like such a bully saying that, but I don't like him. Seth Rollins realized, oh my god, Jason Jordan's out of his crib, and comes out to talk. He tells Jason Jordan that he has a lot more to learn, because he's kind of stepping on Roman Reigns' toes right now, while Roman Reigns is trying to speak about his victory over Samoa Joe and how important it was to him, and blah blah blah. Jason Jordan starts talking again about something about them being a team and stuff, and Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns just give a look at each other like, who is this man? No one likes him. Jason claims that they are the three most dominant people on WWE or on Raw, which Finn Balor didn't quite like. Finn Balor comes out and immediately starts mocking Jason Jordan, and then he announces their new team name, the Balor Club. They couldn't come up with something better. The Balor Club. Jason Jordan then tries to have a comeback and says, I'm happy to be a part of the Champions Club, and everyone just face palms. Everyone in the Balor Club goes in to call Jason Jordan a nerd, and Jason Jordan retaliates by slapping Gallows in the face with the weakest slap in the world. It looked like he kind of went like this. Kurt Angle comes out and questions why Jason Jordan's out of his crib, and then it goes on to announce that it'll be Jason Jordan, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns versus the Balor Club later on in the night. Moving on to a match where the crowd didn't care one bit. The crowd sucks tonight, just in general, so be prepared. I guess if you're going to watch it, I guess it doesn't really matter now. Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. The crowd was just dead throughout this match, so it was kind of hard to get into because the crowd, even like awesome spots, they were just like, key. The match wasn't actually terrible, but Sasha Banks and Bayley pick up the win. Nothing really happened in the segment. Cedric Alexander is backstage with Goldust, and Goldust thinks he is his 80-year-old trainer who's been smoking his entire life. I guess this will be a new thing, a Goldust and Cedric Alexander team. Not really a team. Goldust being his manager, trainer. Goldust tells Cedric Alexander that nothing is holding him back except for himself, but I don't know how he would be holding himself back because he's trying to go for the stuff, for the championship, so I don't really. Moving on, they promote the Mixed Match Challenge show on Facebook. I hate the idea of this show because it's just like, remember that pay-per-view Survivor Series? Haven't seen it yet, so I have no idea how it'll be. But for right now, I hate the idea because it's getting rid of the idea of Survivor Series. It's announced that Alicia Fox will be teaming with Goldust in whatever match that'll be. Woken Matt Hardy is next, coming out with his brand new theme, which is weird, so I guess it's a match for him. He's facing Kurt Hawkins. I don't think anyone could guess who will win this match. Matt Hardy wins. Bray Wyatt comes out after the match, and Matt Hardy doesn't really give two fucks. He just turns around and they go face to face and just start laughing at each other. They awkwardly laugh for like 5 minutes, and then it ends. Great segment. Next is the return of The Miz! I love The Miz. He's one of my top superstars, so I'm happy. Elias is in the ring singing a song about Elvis, which is a great song that he wrote. The best part about it is he says, and the welcome back to Miz or whatever. He ends it off with basically saying, The Miz is back. Miz thanks Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel for keeping his name alive while he has been gone. They then start giving him stuff, including their stuff that they're wearing. They basically begin to strip down for The Miz, and The Miz wants nothing to do with it, so immediately tells them to stop, and sit down so he could talk. The Miz says when he left 2 months ago, he let Roman Reigns borrow the championship because, you know, Roman Reigns, he never wins anything. He let Roman Reigns borrow it so that the championship can try to grow bigger than the Miz while he was gone. But it didn't happen because it was Roman Reigns who was holding it. Miz tells him that he hopes he enjoyed the spotlight that he allowed him to have because he's back, and he's going to take it back. The Balor Club, great name, is backstage talking about strats. Sort of. Anderson brings back the whole, like, I have a hot, smoking hot Asian wife or whatever catchphrase, which I don't think I ever heard him say in the WWE. I don't remember. And then they claim that 2018 will be the year of the Balor Club. 2018 is going to be the year of a lot of stuff. I think last week it was announced that it'll be the year of the Beast. So we'll see what year it is. Enzo is back, and he's talking in the ring. He talks about why he missed the championship match last week. It's because he was sick, and while he was in the hospital, he turned on the TV to see Goldust teaming up with Cedric Alexander, and he's like, WTF, mate. He says the only reason Cedric Alexander teamed with Goldust is because that's the closest he will get to gold. Calm down, Enzo. Calm down. Cedric comes out for his match with Enzo for the Cruiserweight Championship. Cedric Alexander destroys Enzo Amore during this match. He destroys him. During this match, Cedric Alexander kicked Enzo in the face and busted him wide open, and then at one point he also does a jump over the top rope and lands on Enzo, which injures him. I say injures because I don't really know if it actually was a real injury or not. It could be, but I don't really think it was because the match ended with Enzo going to get back in the ring and then deciding I'm not going to, so I don't know. I don't really know. It's a count-out win, so Enzo retains the championship, and Cedric Alexander is not too happy, so I'm assuming there will be a rematch very soon or at the Royal Rumble. Kurt Angle is backstage in his office with a former female superstar who he says hasn't been in the ring for a while. He hopes she can be in the Royal Rumble, or she'll be good in the Royal Rumble. So I'm excited. It's kind of a confirmation that, you know, returns will be happening, which we all assumed because there's like 20-something people on the roster for the females, and there's 30 people needed for the slot. So, you know, and former wrestler Caitlyn is training right now to be back in wrestling, and I don't know if she'll be with another promotion or if she'll be back doing this, but it's a possibility, I guess. Maybe. Sheamus and Cesaro come into the office to say, bruh, where's our championship rematch? We want our tag team championships back. Kurt Angle's like, chill out, you get it at Royal Rumble. They're still wanting a match for that night, so they ask for a match, and Kurt Angle's like, okay, I will think about your match, and they're like, we will set da ba. That's not true, because they are da ba. The Miz then comes in after they leave, and is like, sup bro? The Miz questions Kurt Angle if he knows who he's talking to, and then asks him if he knows how to run a show. He then says he can prove it by giving The Miz a rematch for the Intercontinental Championship at Raw's 25-year anniversary, which Kurt Angle's like, sure man, that's actually a good idea. So that means The Miz gets a chance back at the championship. I don't think he will win it, but I would be very happy if he did. Asuka's backstage stretching when Alexa Bliss walks in to her locker room and is like, hi, I'm not here for a fight, don't punch me. She congratulates Asuka on beating her last week and then tells her, when Nia Jax finds out what you said about me, I wouldn't want to be you. Which Asuka is very confused about what she's talking about because she never said anything about Nia. Next is The Bar versus Titus Worldwide, so this is their match that they asked for earlier. I wonder who will win this match. Can you guess? Dana Brooke is slowly getting hotter, I noticed, so good job on that. Good on you. All the matches so far tonight have been pretty boring because they're all just like obvious wins. Like, wait a minute, did Titus Worldwide just did they just beat The Bar? Titus Worldwide just beat The Bar. Let's just say I was legitimately confused at the end of this match, because usually when I watch Raw or any pay-per-view or anything to do with WWE, I'm like, I already know who's winning this match because I've been watching it for so long. When that happened, Very confusing. Paul Heyman comes out next with Brock Lesnar. For now on, I'm just going to say Paul Heyman's coming out with Brock Lesnar because that's how it is. It's Paul Heyman talking, coming out with Brock Lesnar. They complain about WWE stacking the odds against Brock Lesnar with these will Brock Lesnar survive type matches. And then he mentions what happened last week, which kind of annoyed me, which is Kane chokeslamming Brock Lesnar and Brock Lesnar sitting up and laughing it off. I hate Brock Lesnar. At the end of the promo, Paul Heyman says that Brock Lesnar will basically just stack up Kane and Braun Strowman and win the match that way, which I wouldn't be shocked if that's what they did. While they're leaving, Kane attacks Brock Lesnar from behind, and they end up fighting their way to backstage. While they're fighting backstage, Braun Strowman notices that they're playing, and he wants to play too, so he runs in and destroys them. He throws Brock Lesnar into these equipment boxes, which then he leans over onto a table, and one of the equipment boxes fall on top of him, and it's so cool looking because the equipment box falls on top of Brock Lesnar and puts Brock Lesnar through the table, and it honestly looked awesome. Braun Strowman then punches Kane, which Kane leans on a table, and the table breaks. Braun Strowman then picks up an equipment box and throws it on top of Kane. Braun Strowman starts to walk away when he finds a grappling hook. He found a grappling hook. He throws it onto some sort of piece of the Raw set, and it's like a big thing of metal. It's like raffling or something. Throws it up there, pulls it down on top of Brock Lesnar and Kane, and they die. Braun Strowman then walks away, and the medical team finally can get to Brock Lesnar and wheels him to the ambulance. No one cares about Kane. He walks away to die somewhere. No one cared that just happened to him, but they stretch her out, Brock Lesnar. Now it's time for Samoa Joe versus Rhino. Rhino's trying to teach Heath Slater how to toughen up for the third week in a row. Please, Rhino, give it up. Samoa Joe makes Rhino tap almost immediately. I mean, Rhino put up kind of a fight, which is cute, but he tapped out. Samoa Joe cuts a promo after that. He announces that he will be in the Royal Rumble and says that he will attempt to eliminate John Cena. He says he'll be the first one he eliminates. Also, I found out after Raw that Samoa Joe was injured in this match and he won't be able to team up with Bayley in the Mixed Match Challenge. He felt something pop in his foot during the match, so I don't know how long he'll be out. He could be out for like 2 weeks, or he could be out for longer. He might miss the Royal Rumble. You never know. They haven't really said anything yet. They haven't found out anything yet. All they said was he could be injured. Next is Asuka versus some random person. While Asuka's making her way to the ring, while she's standing on top of a turnbuckle, Nia Jax attacks her from behind and beats her up. The random runs away, and the segment's over. It was a great part. It was definitely worth your time to watch. Main event time. I guess this will be my match of the night. Balor Club versus Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Jason Jordan. Roman and Seth dominate in the first part of this match, and after quite a bit of fighting, the Balor Club ends up outside of the ring on the floor. Jason Jordan's like, "Huh, I'll jump in and celebrate," and Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins are just like, "Why are we stuck with you? Why are we babysitting you?" Near the end of the match, Jason Jordan really does accidentally, because he's stupid, he gets in the ring and accidentally distracts the referee while trying to fight off someone. I don't remember who. The referee's like, what are you doing, mate? Doesn't see Roman and Seth making a tag behind him. Roman Reigns can't get in because the referee's like, no tag, and Seth Rollins is getting destroyed again. And it ends up costing him the win because Finn Balor takes advantage, beats up Seth, goes to the top of the rope, does his finisher, 1, 2, 3, Balor Club wins, and Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins are not too happy with Jason Jordan. And then the Miztourage attacks all of them from behind. Jason Jordan gets thrown to the side. I don't remember what happens to Seth Rollins, and they do their finisher twice to the Miz, or to Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is just dead on the mat. And that's where the segment ends. That was Raw, January 8th, 2018. I really didn't enjoy tonight's show that much. There was really the Brock Lesnar part and the Balor Club versus Roman Reigns and stuff, but that was it, really. Pretty much 3 hours of ads for those 2 parts. But yeah, that was Raw. Tell me what you guys thought about it. I didn't like it. And I'll see you for SmackDown tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Later.